Hey everybody, my name is B.e.Buckner, and a lot of people have asked me to kind of just do a video about my experience going to law school. I'm not in law school, but I will be starting next year. I have no idea where I will go yet, but I got a couple of acceptance letters, and I'm still waiting on um, several other schools, and so I'm very, very excited, very excited. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me. Um, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. Been an amazing experience. So I'll start back to undergrad. And so I changed my major. I was a pre-health, pre-med major for the majority of my undergrad experience, and I was playing basketball at the same time, and so that became too much, way too much. And I decided to change my major because I'd always been interested in law, and I come from a law enforcement background. Both my parents were police officers, so it was kind of just like second nature. So I changed my major, and I fell in love with it. And so I wanted to go to law school initially. When I graduated back in 2015. But I decided I found out I was having twins, and I decided to go to grad school. And so that's what I'm doing now. Hence, I'm in the room that I teach. I'm actually on a break waiting for class to start, but um, I started teaching, and so I'm a graduate teaching assistant, and I decided to get my master's, and so I'll finish my master's in April of 2018, and then I will start law school. The biggest thing that you want to know if you're interested in law is that you need to start studying for the LSAT early, like super early. I just talked to someone, a young lady who's a sophomore in college, and like that is the perfect time to start studying. Um, it's very similar to the ACT as far as being an entry level test. I mean, the difficulty level is completely on another level. All right, like it's extremely difficult, but the thing about it is it's a very learnable test. And so, with just the right preparation, there's multiple testing services out there. Some of the best being PowerScore and Test Masters. I actually took the PowerScore testing service, um, PowerScore class for the LSAT, and it helped out a lot. But the thing is that you have to also look at what type of learner you are. Me, I need to be in a class, I need to be in an atmosphere where I can ask questions. And so that was important to me. But for some people, they can self study, they can order the books, and they can teach themselves. And for me, I could do that, but I would rather much so be in an atmosphere with other people who are learning, meeting other people who have the same aspirations and goals as I do. And so that's another great thing about taking the class. So you want to start taking the LSAT super, super early. Um, I would say at least 6 months before you're going to take the test. Honestly, I would say more, but at least 6 months. I only prepared for 3 months, and I prepared really, really hard. So I ended up seeing a 16-point increase from the first time that I took it. Um, so it's a very learnable test, but you just need to take the time to study and to take a million practice tests, and you'll be just fine. Um, so, one question that uh, some of the people that I've talked to have asked is they said, how do you go about preparing for the LSAT? And I just already talked about it. You sign up for a class. There's the PowerScore Bibles. They have it's phenomenal. That's probably the best resources. PowerScore Bibles and at least 10 to 15 practice tests where you're taking them timed. You're making sure that You're stopping when the timer goes off. So you want to treat it just like you're in the classroom taking a real test to prepare yourself. And after you get done with the test, you want to look at the questions that you're getting right and figure out why you got them right. And you want to look at the questions that you're getting wrong and find out why you have them wrong, right? And so once you're preparing for the LSAT, obviously you'll take the LSAT. And once you take the LSAT, don't worry about, I know it's a very stressful test, but just look at it. It's a test nonetheless. You'll do fine. There's a law school out there for everyone. Don't be discouraged. Just know that there's somewhere out there, there's a law school that is looking for what you have. And one of uh, a girl who has come to be one of my really good friends told me that you have to be confident and you have to know that there is a law school out there that's looking for what you have, and you have to be confident and know that you're going to succeed and you're going to reach your goals. You have to know that. And so I want you guys to be very confident in yourselves as you're preparing for this LSAT, and you'll knock it out the park. Okay, so once you've taken the LSAT, you want to start getting together your law school application packages, right? And so a tip, you want to apply early because a lot of schools, they review applications on an ongoing basis, rolling. That's what they call rolling applications. So the earlier that you apply, the more seats that they have and the more scholarship money, quite frankly, that they have. And so you want to make sure that you're putting your best package forward, right? And so the law school applications, they consist of a personal statement, which for the most part, you want to make sure that you read the directions for the schools that you're applying to. But for the most part, they're very wide open. You can speak about life experiences, hardships that you went through, things that are unique about you that makes you different. You just want to make sure that it's your best piece of work, right? And so this is your one opportunity because most law schools don't afford the opportunity to interview their applicants. This is your first professional interview, right? So you'll interview for a job, you'll interview for internships in law school. This is your first interview. So you want to get this piece of literature reviewed by multiple people, English professors if you can, just anybody who will look at it to give you feedback because this is a very important piece of the application. Especially if your numbers are not where they need to be. Not saying that it will completely wash away your academic record, but if say you're a splitter and you have a low GPA and a high LSAT, or a high GPA and a low LSAT, this kind of gives them another opportunity to get to know what type of person that you are, what you'll bring to the application pool in the first year law, um, the first year students, right? And so you just want to make sure that you're giving them a whole picture to know that you are brilliant, you're an amazing person, and you are. And so you want them to know that and to express that through your writing. The other portions are the LSAT and the GPA. Some schools allow you to send in a diversity statement. And one thing to keep in mind is that, especially if you're a minority student, that you being a minority um, obviously is a diversity factor. But think about all the other great things that you bring to the table that makes you diverse experiences that you've gone through in your life. With me, I spoke a lot about just the education system in Detroit and how I came from a phenomenal high school, but this high school also had uh, a lot of our books were not modern, and so we had pages falling out of our academic resources, the only academic resources that we had to learn. And so how we had to be resilient, and our teachers had to teach us that no matter what the circumstance is, we're going to fight for our education. We're going to read through the stained lines, we're going to read through the torn pages, we're going to read through the book covers falling off, and we're going to be successful. And that's a diverse experience that set me apart from the people that I'm going to be going to college with. And a lot of people share that story. Yeah, that's true. But that's one of the things that makes me diverse. Not only that, but I've been to different countries to playing basketball. I played basketball in college. Just think about what makes you diverse, and showcase that, and tell them, give them another opportunity to know you. So if it has an option for you to write about being a diverse candidate, take that opportunity. As many opportunities as they give you to talk about yourself, do it. And make sure you get them revised by people. And for grammar, and just how it reads, for content, you want to make sure you get all of that revised. Um, so after you're putting together your application, um, the next thing that you do is wait. Basically, you wait for people to make decisions. And during this process, this is the process I'm in now. But one of the mindsets that I have is that I'm looking for schools where I will I want to be there just as much as they want me to be there. I think that's very important, because you can go to Ivy League schools, and at the same time, that might not be the best fit for you. And so I think while I applied to a large range of schools based off of the rankings, um, and geographical locations, I think that the biggest portion is me kind of dating the school. So I'm going and I'm visiting schools at least 2 or 3 times, just to see the atmosphere, how they react to people who. One of the important things for me is the school taking a stance on certain issues, because that tells you a lot about the law school. Are the law students picking up a lot of pro bono work? Are they allowing their third year students to practice? These are the types of things. The employment rate, are the alumni embracing the new students, and allowing that, of giving them opportunities to get jobs, or to at least network with people in fields that they're interested in? And so those are a lot of important things that you want to take into account when you're choosing a school, not just based off of ranking, not based off of how much the tuition is, which that's very important. Um, but you just want to make sure that it's a good fit for you. And so I don't really want to speak about anything else after that, because I've only gotten to this process. But I just want to say that I'm really excited about everything that's going on in my life. I think that a support system is huge. It's absolutely ginormous in taking these next steps in your life. And if anybody ever has any questions, I just want to invite you to send me a message, or to email me. I'll put my email on here. And I don't know, just don't be shy. And I'll keep you guys updated as more questions come, and more good things start happening in my life. All right. Love you guys.